gentlemen, please welcome your host for this evening, Romona Robinson.
I spend a great deal of my time visiting schools, trying to inspire and encourage and empower our young people. And I just want to take a second and speak to the young people who are in the audience tonight. What a wonderful program that you're a part of. Like any good journalist, when I was asked to host this event, I did my homework on the SHIP organization. And I can tell you I was so impressed with the critical work that this organization is doing on behalf of high school students and college students who are interested in STEM careers. And I wish when I was growing up, I would have had access to a program like SHIP. You know, like some of you, I grew up in extreme poverty. I grew up in the backwoods of rural Missouri. I'm a product of a mom who was a single mom. She raised 11 children on her own when my dad walked out. 11 children, imagine that, raising 11 children on your own. I can tell you it was only by the grace of God and a lot of hard work. My mom worked a factory job, making $4 to $6 an hour. And then there were the 11 children saying, I want to go to college. My mom had no idea how she could ever send us to college. And there I was at 6 years old declaring that I want to become a television anchor, like the late Walter Cronkite, who is considered the god of television news. A lot of you young people might not know who that is, but I see some older folks. But I wanted to become a television journalist. And because I was growing up in such extreme poverty, the people in my community knew no one had gone off to go to college, yet alone have a great job. You were always encouraged to graduate high school, get a job on the farm, or get a job at the factory. But I wanted to become a journalist. And I remember being at my church, a senior in high school, declaring to my congregation that I was going off to college and I was majoring in broadcast journalism. And I remember Miss Salone, 70 years old, salt and pepper hair, chasing down my mom and me after church, saying, Miss Henrietta, you tell that young girl to get her head out of the clouds. You tell her to go up there to that college and major in something sensible like nursing or teaching. They're hiring black people to do that. You tell that child there is no way she could ever anchor a television newscast next to white people. That was the reality. And Miss Salone was not trying to be discouraging. She said, just look around you. There is nothing but poverty and despair. But my mom had bigger dreams for her kids. The cycle of poverty had plagued us and plagued us for generations. And she wanted to break the cycle. My mom sent 9 of 11 kids to college. 9 of 11. And yet she wasn't done, because my mom, raising 11 children, she had hopes and dreams. She had broken promises and busted dreams, but she always wanted to go to college. At 68 years old, I'm sorry, I've recently lost my mom, but at 68 years old, my mom went back and got her GED. At 68, at 70 years old, my mom entered college. And you won't believe what she majored in. Computer science. I was always afraid of science. My mom majored at 70 years old. She majored in computer science. I will never forget, and I want to leave this with you young people today. When I left home, headed to college, my mom told me words that I still live by today. that God will place gifts in your path. It is up to you to recognize them. And let me repeat that. God will place gifts in your path. It's up to you to recognize them. And I dare to say SHIP is one of those gifts that you've received. So don't squander the gifts. I know you've been networking this week. You've been to workshops. Some of you have had some job interview opportunities. Take advantage of the gifts that come your way. And when you're able to realize your dream and you get that dream job, because I've enjoyed 30 years as an 8-time Emmy Award-winning journalist, anchoring the news, going off interviewing presidents around the world, dignitaries, entertainers. I realized my dream, but it took a lot of hard work, and it took some help along the way. So once you realize your dream, reach back and be the gift in someone else's path. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you. So you didn't come here to hear me talk, because I could go on forever, trust me. So let's get started with the program. We are here tonight to celebrate the achievements of Hispanic men and women.